Yo, hey now. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to use the TDI and how effective it is. So I'm going to give you as much game on this TDI and why it's so powerful, right? So first things first, you want to come to TradingView, click on indicators, type TDI, and it's this one here, TDI Traders Dynamic Index, RSI Divergences, blah, blah, blah. The one that says ZyadaCharts. This is the one you want to use, right? You want to come here, and as you see, you can leave the style and everything the same. Your inputs, leave everything the same, right? So from there, I want you to be able to understand everything that the TDI is. So first thing we're going to talk about is the top blue line and the bottom blue line. Top blue line is your resistance. Your bottom blue line is your support. Now let's take it to a different level so you can understand it. The top blue line, look at it as a top piece of bread. Your bottom blue line, look at it as a bottom piece of bread. And everything else in between is the peanut butter jelly, right? So this green line, it represents current price. So current price, meaning everything that these candles are doing above is what the green line is doing. So you see how it came up and start coming down, price start coming down. It goes up, price goes up. When it's doing all this consolidating stuff, as you can see the cursor moving, everything that's happening in here is happening up top, right? So the green line is current price. Now this red line is used for entry. So what I mean by that is every time you cross that red line, whether it's to the upside or downside, it's telling you to enter the trade. So here we cross to the upside, and I'll put a vertical line right here. And when we look up, we can see price shot up and told us to enter here. So we would have been good on the trade, right? So now let's take the same horizontal line and let's move it to this spot here where we cross to the downside. You see we cross that red line to the downside here. So of course we're expecting price up top to be shooting down, and look what happened. Boom, price shot down. So that is what those two lines represent. So the red line is your entry. You want the green to cross below or above. You get the best results when you are outside the bottom piece of bread or when you're outside the top piece of bread. So like right here, you see we're outside the top piece of bread and then we cross the red line to the downside. That's your entry. You see here, we were outside the bottom piece of bread, then we crossed the red line here to the upside. That was used for entry. Now, this orange line in between it, this is like the middle of it. This is a support and a resistance. So meaning when the green line is below it and we're going toward the orange line to the upside, it's our resistance. When we're above that orange line and we're going down to it, it's our support. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Now, there are levels inside of the TDI that are key. I will talk about those. I will mark them up so you can see how powerful they are. And this will allow you to know where you are inside the move. So let me put the lines on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm gonna mark this up real quick. I'm gonna go to coordinates. So between the 90 area and the 80 area, so between 90 and 80, you see these two lines that came up top? This is your major sell zone. Let me move this box out the way and move this down so they can be visible. So these two lines that I just marked on here, major sell zone. So when the green line is up in here, you know you're in a sell area. So you should be looking for the sale to happen, right? So major sell zone. Then you want to look between the 63 area and 68. So between 68 and 63, these two small lines, your regular sell zone. So see how price came here inside this regular sell zone, crossed below the red line. We can see price literally shot what direction? Down, right? So again, this is powerful. It's literally showing you everywhere you are inside the market. Then you have the 37 to 32. This area here is a regular buy zone. So you see price came into the buy zone, crossed above the red line here. And of course, let's look what happened. Price shot up from the buy zone. So that's, again, a powerful way to be able to look at the charts and create income. And your last zone inside of here is between the 20 and the 10. This is considered your major buy zone. So of course we can go to a further time in the past where price actually came into the major buy zone. Kind of touched right off of it there, but let me find a good one. Let me just bring the chart in some. All right, here we go. You see how price touched the major buy zone and started pulling all the way up. Now, when we look from this point, we wouldn't have entered here. We would have waited till we crossed the red line because the red line is our entry point. Now look here to the left, we can see price actually came inside of the major sell zone right here, crossed the red line, and more than likely dropped heavy. So I'm gonna put a horizontal line there for the drop heavy. I'm gonna put a vertical line for this drop, and then a vertical line for this buy. When you see this bear and bull indicator pop up, that's just letting you know it's divergence in the market. So this first vertical line here, we're looking for a sale to happen. The sale happened. And then this second vertical line is for the buy, and the buy happened. So those are some key things about the TDI. Now, the TDI also shows you reversals in the market. So in order to see the reversals in the market, you want to look at the 4-hour or the daily time frame. So again, that's only for the 4-hour and daily to see the reversals in the market. So I'm going to take all these lines off. And how you identify a reversal, you want to see price break above. Wow, that's funny. I put the cursor right on top of it. The 68 area or the 32. Now, when I say price, let me correct that. You want this orange line to come up here, break above, and then break back below. That's when you know the reversal happening to the downside. When the orange line break below the 32 and then break back above it, you know price is going to be reversing to the upside. So let's look in the past. So right here, perfect example. The orange line came down to 32 and broke above. Look what happened. Let's go. Let me just put this here. And overall, let's look at what the market did. And by the way, we're on Apple, so this is for stocks. These are 4-hour candles. So this went up for like a day. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to a place where the orange line was above the 68. and then broke back below the 68. So we can see it here. Well, this kind of tapped on the 68. It didn't quite break above it. Same thing here, didn't quite break above it. Just going back in time to find a place. Okay, right here, 68, and then broke back below it. Let's look at what price did above. Sold heavy. You see what I'm saying? Now this is a major reversal. It sold off heavy. So if you can identify those few things, looking at your higher time frame first, you can go to your 4-hour and daily time frame. Look to see if the market is in a reversal. Then you can go to the lower time frames and you know the direction that you need to go. Then you look at your green line, which is current price, to see if it's crossing above or below the red line for entry. Now let's just say in this case, we know that the orange line on a 4-hour time frame showed a reversal to the downside. So we know we're looking for downward movements. We can go to a lower time frame and wait for price to be outside the top piece of bread and then cross below the red line for an entry. So just look at this, take some time to understand it for your language, make sure it makes sense to you. If you have questions, I'm here every step of the way. So let's win bigger than we ever have. I didn't want to make this video too long. I just want you guys to see how powerful this one indicator is and how it can guide you to success. This is Coach Chosen. I will see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Pay now.